Men who became president that were born prior to the Declaration of Independence had been British subjects. Which was the first president not born a British subject? Hint, he was born in 1782 in Kinderhook, New York.
Lancaster, Natalie.
Van Buren.
Very nicely done. Martin Van Buren. Students did impeccably well with that big bonus category. Let's move out of that into this 10-pointer now. Which Yiddish word, derived from the German for a meddler or a busybody, designates a spectator who during a game or other activity interferes by giving advice?
Academy, David.
Heckler.
Good try, no. Lancaster.
Lancaster, James.
Schlepp.
Maybe, but that is a kibitzer. Let's do this 15-pointer now. On February 18th, 1861, who said in his inaugural address, "All we ask is to be let alone"?
Lancaster, James.
Jefferson Davis.
Jefferson Davis is good for 15. 20-pointer look again at your monitor, students, please. You're about to see a painting entitled "Old Model with Her Daughter." It is the work of an American artist.
Lancaster, Austin.
Cassette.
Good try. One of the organizers of the 8 or Ash Can School. Originally from Cincinnati, he moved to New York to paint and teach. His last name was Kozad, but he used only his first and middle names. For 20 points, identify the artist, Academy.
David.
Winslow Homer.
Robert Onry. Let's do this 20-pointer. Which Gwendolyn Brooks' work with an alliterative title includes a story in verse about the experiences of a black girl?
Lancaster, Natalie.
Annie Allen.
Annie Allen is well done for 20 points. That's very good. Here is a 10-pointer now. Which state capital is the second largest city in the state, topped only by Memphis, which has more people?
Academy, David.
Knoxville.
No.
Austin.
Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee, good for 10. 10-pointer again. What name is given to the permanent covering of ice and snow over land in the polar regions?
Lancaster, Rebecca.
Permafrost.
Good try, no. Especially the one over Antarctica that covers about 5 million square miles, Academy.
Jeff.
Glacier.
No, needed there the ice cap. Ice cap. Here's a 20-pointer. Which Hungarian composer was the first to create a symphonic poem?
Lancaster, James.
Liszt.
Franz Liszt, good for 20 points. Here is a 15-pointer now. The song you're about to hear is from a movie that has attained cult status. Listen and for 15 points, identify the film.
Academy, Jeff.
Space Odyssey.
There's a concept.
Lancaster, James.
Casablanca.
Casablanca, good for 15 points as time goes by. Here's a 10-pointer now. Identify the Homeric epic whose title means a poem of Ilium.
Academy, David.
The Iliad.
The Iliad is good for 10. 10-pointer again, pencil, paper. If the sine of x plus the cosine of x equals 0, what is the value of the tangent of x?
Academy, Jeff.
-1.
-1 is good for 10. Well done. And big bonus time, second time around, students, we go from about our presidents to a flowery spelling bee. Here is a 20-pointer. Chrysanthemums are showy flowers of various colors. Yellows are associated with football. In Japan, the chrysanthemum is the emblem of the emperor. Spell chrysanthemum.
Academy, David.
CHRYSTHEMUM.
No. Lancaster.
James.
CHRYSANTHEMUM.
That's chrysanthemum. That's good for 20. 30-pointer now. A cinquefoil is a flower whose stem supports 5 leaves. It's also known as five-finger. Spell cinquefoil.
Academy, Andrew.
CINQUEFOIL.
That's nicely done for 30. 40-pointer last in the category. Fuchsia is both a garden flower and a color.
Academy, Basil.
FUSCIA.
No. Spell fuchsia.
Fuchsia, Natalie.
FUSCHIA.
Fuchsia. Fuchsia. Out of spelling bee we go now into this 15-pointer. What is the better-known name of Thomas Gainsborough's painting formerly entitled Jonathan Buttle?
Lancaster James.
The Blue Boy.
He was the Blue Boy. That's good for 15. 20-pointer we go. What was the highest peak in the former Soviet Union? This peak in the Russian Pamirs is over 24,000 feet high. It's called Communism Peak. Here is a 20-pointer. In which mountainous country in Central Asia, formerly a Soviet republic, it's been independent since 1991, is Communism Peak now located?
Academy Andrew.
Kazakhstan.
That's a good try. No. Its capital is Dushanbe. It borders China, Uzbekistan, and Afghanistan, Lancaster.
Lancaster James.
Kyrgyzstan.
That's Tajikistan. Let's do this 10-pointer. The first passenger train to cross Australia from south to north marked the halfway point of its 2.5-day journey in 2004 deep in the outback, traveling from Adelaide, the capital of South Australia, to the capital city of the Northern Territory. Name this city. No takers on Darwin. That sound means that it's halftime. We'll double-check the score. Come back and meet our 8 students and their advisors right after this short break.
The top 4 teams of In the Know will receive scholarships to The Ohio State University. The Ohio State University Office of Financial Aid will award 4 In the Know scholarships to the championship team, 3 scholarships to the runner-up, and 2 scholarships to each of the semifinalist teams in this year's competition of In the Know. And now, here's Bill Schiffman.
Well, we promised a good one at the top of the show, and we certainly have it. Our score at halftime, Lancaster 215, Columbus Academy 180. And we'll get right back to the second half of questions in this very exciting third round In the Know contest after we meet our 8 students and their advisors. First up for the Columbus Academy.
I'm David Crane. I'm a senior at Columbus Academy. This is my 3rd year on In the Know, and I'd like to thank Matt Eisen for making me the man I am today.
I'm Jeff Cavanagh. It's my 3rd year as well. I'm In the Know, and I would like to thank Arjumon once again this year.
I'm Basil Kawash. I'm a senior, and this is also my 3rd year on In the Know, and I'm just glad I haven't gotten injured yet.
I'm Andy Brush. I'm a senior at Columbus Academy. This is my 4th year on In the Know, and I'm after Bill Schiffman's job.
Readily available pretty soon, methinks. The advisor for the Columbus Academy is Andrew Morris. We thank Andrew for bringing his squad down to our studios today and wish all 5 of them the best of luck during the second half of In the Know. First up now for Lancaster High School.
I'm Rebecca Schmelzer. I'm a junior at Lancaster High School. This is my 2nd year with In the Know, and I like anything lemon flavored.
Hi, I'm Natalie Noyes. I'm a junior at Lancaster High School, and this is my 3rd year on In the Know.
Hi, I'm Austin Kiger. I'm a senior at LHS, and this is my 3rd year In the Know, and Chuck Norris taught me how to roundhouse kick.
My name's James. I'm a senior. This is my 4th year of In the Know, and yeah.
The advisor and co-martial arts instructor for Lancaster is Tim Russell. We thank Tim for bringing his squad down to our studios today. Wish all 5 of them the best of luck during the second half on In the Know. Again, our score at halftime, Lancaster 215, the Columbus Academy 180. Students, don't forget, last 3 minutes of In the Know, all point values will be doubled. We'll have a big bonus along the way as well. Until then, good luck all, and let's begin half number 2 with this 5-pointer. Give me the street address of the White House.
Academy Jeff.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
That's good. Didn't need the zip code. We'll take it for 5. Here is a 10-pointer. Which type of rock led scientists to formulate the law of superposition, stating
Academy Andrew.
Sedimentary.
sedimentary rock is good for 10. 15-pointer now. Of the 4 Jovian satellites discovered by Galileo, identify either of the 2 largest. One named for the cupbearer to the gods in mythology, and the other...
Academy Andrew.
Ganymede and Io.
That's incorrect. Incorrect. And the other for the Arcadian nymph whom Zeus turned into a bear and put into the sky.
Lancaster Natalie.
Ganymede and Callisto.
That's good. We only needed 1, which is why we disqualified you, Andrew. Sorry about that. Let's try this 15-pointer now. Identify the English jurist who wrote in Commentaries on the Laws of England, "It is better that 10 guilty persons escape than 1 innocent suffer."
Academy Andrew.
Sir Thomas More.
Good try. Lancaster.
Lancaster James.
Addison.
Equally good try. William Blackstone. Let's do this 15-pointer. Identify the German author/critic who won the 1999 Nobel Prize for Literature. His literary reputation was earned with such works as The Tin Drum.
Lancaster James.
Gross.
Gunter Grass, nicely done for 15. That's very good. 10-pointer, look again at your monitor, students, please. You're about to see a well-known sculpture, of course, but for 10 points, name the figures.
Lancaster Austin.
Jefferson, Roosevelt, Washington, and Lincoln.
Let's put it back up, Academy. I need you to name the figures left to right and tell me where you would go to see the work.
Academy Basel.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, South Dakota.
No, Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln. It's in South Dakota. Let's do this 15-pointer. Which theater, built in the shape of an O, with no roof?
Academy Andrew.
The Globe Theater.
The Globe Theater is good for 15. 15-pointer again. Name the Virginia-born author who wrote in his autobiography, "No race can prosper till it learns that there is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem." His life story is captured in its title, Up from Slavery.
Lancaster James.
Frederick Douglass.
Very good try. No, Academy.
David.
William Lloyd Garrison.
Booker T. Washington. Let's do this 10-pointer. Which word beginning with the letter B means not only to fasten together, but also to bend?
Academy David.
Buckle.
Buckle is good for 10. 15-pointer. Identify the central Italian town on Lake Albano near Rome that is the site of the summer residence of the Pope of the Roman Catholic Church. Pretty good racehorse by the same name about 6 years ago, too.
Academy Andrew.
Ostia.
Good try, no. Lancaster. Castle Gandolfo. Let's do this 20-pointer. The music you're about to hear is a composition usually played on a pipe organ. This version is played by the Canadian Brass. Listen for 20 points. Identify the music or the composer. He's German.
Academy Andrew.
Toccata and Fugue.
That's good by Bach. You got the hard part. Well done. Here is a 10-pointer now, which name is shared by a river flowing from New Mexico through Texas and into the Rio Grande, and the legendary cowboy Blank Bill.
Academy Basel.
Pecos.
Pecos, good for 10. 20-pointer we go. Name the Connecticut governor George Washington referred to as Brother Jonathan because he was the only colonial governor that could be counted on for supplies for the Continental Army. He represents his state in Statuary Hall in Washington, D.C. His initials are J.T. Name him.
Academy Andrew.
Thompson.
Good try. Lancaster.
Lancaster Austin.
Thurlow.
Jonathan Trumbull. Let's do this 10-pointer, which Yiddish word designates an attention-getting device or a comic scene or show business routine. Sort of like hosting this show. That is shtick. Let's do this 15-pointer. After Attorney General Harlan Fiske Stone restored the integrity of the Bureau of Investigation in the wake of the Harding administration scandals, which lawyer did he appoint to lead this bureau?
Academy Andrew.
J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar Hoover is good for 15. 20-pointer, look again at your monitor, students, please. The family you're about to see, they're smartly dressed and carefully posed. They're the Graham family. Obviously prominent English children of the well-to-do and nicely coiffed as well. The painter believed in portraying his subjects as they were, eschewing flattery. For 20 points, name this 18th century artist.
Academy David.
Constable.
Very good try. Lancaster.
Lancaster Austin.
Turner.
Equally good try. Cute Kids, painted by William Hogarth. Let's do this 10-pointer now. In which African nation? It's bordered by Zaire. Was a ferry captain accused in 1993 of pulling away from the dock prematurely, causing at least 147 people to drown in one of the world's worst river ferry disasters. Hint, its capital is Brazzaville. Name the country.
Lancaster James.
Congo.
The Congo is good for 10. 20-pointer, identify the only poet to win the Pulitzer Prize exactly 3 times. He did so in 1 decade for collected poems, The Man Who Died Twice, and Tristram.
Academy Andrew.
Poe.
Good try, no. Lancaster.
James.
Sheridan.
One of my favorite poets of all time, Edward Arlington Robinson. And it's big bonus time, one last time, students. Here we go. Your category this time around is birds. Here's a 20-pointer. The fastest bird on land is not the roadrunner, but a flightless bird of Africa.
Academy Andrew.
The ostrich.
The ostrich is good for 20. 30-pointer. The ostrich is the fastest bird on land, but which family of flightless birds are the slowest on land?
Academy David.
Penguin.
Penguin's good for 30. 40-pointer last in the category. The Australian flightless cousin
Academy Andrew.
The emu.
is the emu. Which flightless cousin to the ostrich is a native of South America, Lancaster? That is the rhea, R-H-E-A. Out of big bonus we go to this 10-pointer. Which national park is the site of the 2,000 to 25-year-old, 100-year-old General Sherman tree?
Academy Andrew.
Sequoia.
Sequoia National Park. That's good for 10. 10-pointer again. How many works comprise the tetralogy Der Ring?
Academy
10?
David.
10.
No, Der Ring des Nibelungen.
Lancaster Rebecca.
4.
4 by Wagner. That's good for 10. 10-pointer again. This R&B singer you're about to hear recently starred as himself in the movie Honey. Name this song or artist. Hit it, Dave.
Academy David.
Usher.
Good try. No, Lancaster. That's Genuine. Let's do this 10-pointer now. Pencil, paper, no calculators. Classify the triangle DEF with sides of 5 feet, 5 feet, and 9 feet.
Lancaster Austin.
Isosceles.
That's good. Isosceles is good for 10. Let's do this 5-pointer now. In which U.S. state capital did Coors Field open in April 1995?
Academy David.
Denver.
Home of the hapless Colorado Rockies. Good. Let us do this 10-pointer. Pencil, paper. I need you to give me the surface area of a cube measuring 5 centimeters on each edge.
Academy Andrew.
150 square units.
That is good. Less than 3 minutes to go in the game. All point values will now be doubled. Good luck all. This question becomes a 20-pointer. Which name, derived from mythology, identifies the rocket that in 1990 dropped from the wing of a B-52, then fired its engine to put 2 satellites in orbit? Hint, its name also designates a mythological horse.
Academy Basil.
Pegasus.
Pegasus it is, good for 20. 30-pointer, need 2 answers on this one, students. A typical comet, often called a dirty snowball, has 3 parts, one of which is the tail. Name the other 2 parts.
Academy Andrew.
The core and the surface.
Lancaster.
And James.
The coma and the body.
Ooh, coma and nucleus. 20-pointer. Identify the only U.S. state capital east of the Mississippi that did not fall to the Union during the Civil War. State capital.
Academy Basil.
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee is good for 20. 30-pointer. In 1992, the Journal of the American Medical Association confirmed the rumor that President Kennedy suffered from an incurable but fully treatable disease of the adrenal glands. Name this disease.
Academy David.
Parkinson's.
Good try, no. Lancaster. It was Addison's disease. 20-pointer. Give me the English translation of the Latin phrase ars gratia artis, which sums up the philosophy.
Academy Andrew.
Art for art's sake.
That is good for 20. Let us do this 20-pointer. Besides the bassoon and the oboe, which other 2 woodwinds are basic instruments in an orchestra?
Academy David.
Clarinet and saxophone.
No. Lancaster.
Lancaster and Rebecca.
Clarinet and flute.
That's good for 20. 30-pointer. Which college, founded by a well-known brewer, is located in Poughkeepsie, a city on the Hudson River?
Academy Basil.
Vassar.
Vassar College is good for 30. 20-pointer. After a Jewish wedding ceremony, the groom stomps on a wine glass and everyone present shouts, Mazel Tov. Give me the translation of Mazel Tov.
Academy David.
Congratulations.
That's good, or good luck. We'll take it. Here is a 30-pointer now. Which French word designates all of the following? A coordinated outfit, a group of performers playing or singing together.
Academy Andrew.
Ensemble.
Ensemble's good for 30. Let us do this 20-pointer. Identify the double reed woodwind instruments similar to a bassoon but pitched.
Lancaster of Rebecca.
Oboe.
Oboe is good for 20. 30-pointer. Which African country where Hutus slaughtered minority Tutsis?
Lancaster, James.
Rwanda.
Rwanda, good for 30, 20-pointer. Identify the U.S. president who issued a proclamation of a formal cessation of World War II hostilities on December 31st.
Academy, Andrew.
Truman.
1946, that's Truman, 20-pointer again. According to World Book, what is the youngest branch of philosophy to be given its own name? First used...
Academy, David.
Existentialism.
No, first used in the 1700s. The branch deals with the study of beauty in all of its forms.
Lancaster, James.
Aesthetics.
Aesthetics, good for 20. Let us do this, 40-pointer. Name one of the two most famous 18th century English periodicals. Won't get to the Tatler or the Spectator, and as our judge makes his final tabulation of the score, we'd like to let you know that the questions and answers used on this season of In the Know have been carefully researched and prepared by Patrick's Press and the always tremendous staff of In the Know. By the score of 500 to 365, today's winners, the Columbus Academy over Lancaster. We congratulate both teams on a game extremely well played and wish Academy the best of luck as they advance into the fourth round of the In the Know tournament. In the Know is a test of scholarship and quick recall, and both teams did a fabulous job today with some amazingly difficult questions. We appreciate your watching In the Know here on TV 34, and join us again next time for another edition of In the Know. Action today with two outstanding teams.